Hey everybody, Roxapox90 here with some Born of the Gods speculation. So today we're given the Planeswalker's Guide to Born of the Gods. And if you don't remember, we had one of these in 3 parts at the beginning of Theros, and it pretty much broke down the story of Theros and also introduced us to the different characters and the world of the plane. Here, because we've already had the background, now it's really just story focused. And there's a bunch of interesting things going on. The article itself is very compressed and very short, so I'd recommend you guys read it, and I'll post it down in the description for you to do so. But if you're not interested in reading it, you want a very brief summary, pretty much this is it. Xenagos has ascended in between Theros and Born of the Gods. He's already a god. Voila! Xenagos is a god. This makes the gods kind of mad and upset because they can't kill him. They can't push him out of being a god. But because he became a god, he used to be a mortal planeswalker, they themselves are all like, yo, we're not awesome. We're not special anymore. So we can't let any of our worshippers know this because then they will rebel against us. Greek mythos, there you go. So we have to make sure they don't. And so we're going to ensure that there's lots of problems. On the side of this, you have the gods who are also just petty and infighting. So you have Iroas and Mogis, and they're basically anti one another. And in their war, pretty much Iroas is supporting the humans and Mogis is supporting the Minotaurs, and there's a big conflict. Elspeth is brought in, they're kicking butt, she wins, but the win costs a lot of lives and also is part of the reason Xenagos ascends, classic human sacrifice, souls rising up, and he becomes a god. So it's all her fault, and she's blamed and exiled. Classic story. And Heliod, of course, sits back and doesn't do anything, although the only way to kill a god on Theros is to not be from Theros. So right now we only have Elspeth and Kiora, because Kiora is from Zendikar, as we'll get to down below, which is kind of cool, but she's not going to probably do anything with that. Which means that Elspeth is exiled and sad, and the gods are fighting, and that's pretty much how it's going. Xenagos is the god of revels. Awesome. Brief summary. Now let's jump into the speculation part of things. So here we have a picture, a new one, which is awesome, of a portal with a pantheon. That looks like 1, 2, 3 pantheons. So what does that mean? We got pantheons with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns, maybe? 5 columns? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 columns for each one. 3 sets of Theros, 5 columns. Maybe divinity related. I don't know if columns were actually, if in actual pantheons, columns denoted different gods considered within each one. But, you know, it could be. Speculating right there, we got 5 pillars of each one, so maybe we're introduced to 5 new gods each set. Could very well be like that. That would be kind of cool. Here we have Cymede from Annex and Cymede. If you don't remember her, she's with her husband in the card Annex and Cymede. So she is known, as we were told in the last Theros Planeswalker's Guide, she is a huge fan of Keranos, who is a deity. And so maybe this is Keranos. The only thing that makes me skeptical about that is that he looks kind of Minotaurish. But she's opening a portal plane thing here, and she's known for being kind of able to see the future. So maybe she's somehow connecting to Keranos. Hopefully this will be at least a card. Some sort of awesome card would be nice. A big, awesome summon spell or something. I don't know, it'd be awesome. Then we have Xenagos being like, yo guys, yep, this is me from Theros. I'm awesome. This is me. This is him as a planeswalker before he becomes a god. But we also have a picture of him as god, which we already saw before down below. Here's another one, also introducing our Nyxborn, and pretty much they're Nyx creatures that, as part of Xenagos rising to godhood, they're Nyx-based creatures, as in deity creatures, but they're starting to overlap and connect into the mortal world, kind of like Bestow in a sense. So I wonder how they're going to do new enchantment creatures, because I think that's what they'll probably be. That's my speculation. We're going to have some enchantment creatures going on that are not gods. So that'd be really neat to have a mix-up. And maybe they'll connect to the Bestow ability somehow. Not really sure, but that could be really cool. Then we have here a Minotaur god. And I'm pretty sure this is Mogis, the god of violence, because Mogis just loves Minotaurs. He has a passion for them, I guess, of some kind or another. But it would make perfect sense if he's a Minotaur, which I think he is. So this was some freaking cool art. I really hope this is his card in the set because it's just so awesome. I really hope they get the foiling right, though, if he is a card. But this does look like Mogis, in my opinion. And we've seen Iroas. This is Mogis, I think. Then we have the Xenagos picture of him being all godlike and being like, yo, I got a bowl with some spirit things. I'm killing people. Bonfires, sacrifices, classic human ascension. You sacrifice lots of people and you become a god. Very nice, Xenagos. Very cool. Still have the Nicol Bolas horns going on here. Although still, they haven't said anything about him in the story, so he might not be, but I'm still speculating his horns look very Bolas-like. And then, last up, we just have some tacked on profile about Kiora. Guess what? She's from Zendikar, which is kind of cool. Except that she's obsessed and actually crazy because she thinks she can summon guardians from the depths to kill the Eldrazi, which is never going to happen. So I don't know how she's so crazy, but she is. And she arrived on Theros, and now she's messing around with the Tritons, who are Thassa's minions. And Thassa's probably not that happy about that, so that's hopefully going to lead to some sort of cool conflict or another in the story at least. But for now, she's just going around being all like, I'm a god, I'm a sea goddess, and just deal with that. Very cool. So anyway, those are just the different things they showed us. The artwork, as I said, I think we're going to have Mogis. I think we're going to have some enchantment creatures who are not legendary. I think we're going to have some sort of really cool card involving Cymede. And this is Cymede. And hopefully Keranos also showing up. Whether or not these represent 5 new gods for each set, I have no idea. That's completely speculation of any kind. I don't know. And this looks like a weird dog. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this down below in the comments section. If you like this video, tap the like button because you should. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, spoilers are starting very soon, so I'll be keeping you guys updated pretty much every day when new spoilers arrive. If you want to see my discussions about them, subscribe. And as always, Roxabox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.